Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Hey, welcome to this episode of the Note Closer Show. As always, Scott Carson, jacked up to be here with you today. Today's episode, I want to dedicate to a couple of people that have called me in the last 2 weeks looking for note tapes. We're asking questions about our membership, which includes access to note tapes when we get them in and we share it with our members. Our one-on-one coaching students get those first, and then they can, um, those that aren't on our one-on-one coaching but are part of our monthly membership get access to the tapes afterwards. But it's very disturbing. This is a thing that is a pet peeve. Look, if you're going to be a note investor, you got to find note deals first and foremost. That's the lifeblood of the business. You could be the smartest when it comes to breaking down due diligence and evaluating numbers and overanalyzing tapes. But if you have no tapes to look at or don't know how to find them, you're not uh, really being an investor. Unfortunately, there's people out there that teach that you're not smart enough or you're not big enough to get tapes into your banks, won't do it. And that is true in some cases. If you're trying to buy from Bank of America, Chase, Citibank, Wells Fargo, you know, if you're trying to buy $100 million tape, you're probably too small for that. I had a guy call me today, hey, we've got a tape of $100 million. You want to buy it? I'm like, no, I'm not a guy for it. Why not? I'm like, because it's too big. Why am I going to waste my time going through all that? I make a great living going on smaller tapes, smaller assets. I mean, don't get me wrong, we got bought some great deals and some stuff, but $100 million, come on. There's not too many people that can swing that. And that's the thing. I'm always amazed. I see people in Facebook groups saying, I buy notes or I buy non-performing, I buy performing. Look, posting to a Facebook group that's got 1,000 members or less than that, that only really probably 5% of those people in Facebook or social media see your stuff, should tell you, you got to learn how to market. And that's one of the biggest travesties. That's like the secret sauce. Let's just put it that way. If you're taking a workshop or you're part of a membership or something like that, and they're not showing you how to physically go out and find tapes or find deals, they're not doing you a favor. And look, we've had people that have gone through our workshops, our coach, stuff like that, and they're teaching people, but then they're reaching, hey, do you have any tapes we can take a look at? You have to be going out on a regular basis. That means jumping on LinkedIn. That means reaching out and tracking AOMs. I'm always amazed that when you look at people speaking at conferences, and I'm probably going to piss some people off, and I'm probably going to get some corner eyes or eye rolls at me, but you have these people that don't know how to go find tapes. They're not experts. If you don't know how to go find deals and market for deals, and in our niche, it's notes. That means, where do notes come from? Well, either you can chase owner finance notes, which is a big waste of time. All right. And there's companies out there selling you leads that you can target. That's a big waste of time with direct mail campaigns. I'm sorry, it is. It's the 21st century, ladies and gentlemen. And too many people are still marketing like it's like the 1990s. There's a little thing called the internet and Google. Okay. It is not hard to find note tapes or the right people at banks and institutions if you use LinkedIn, if you use these smart strategies to help you work smarter, not harder. But unfortunately, people are paying 20, 30, 40, $50,000 for coaching and they're not getting access to tapes. I mean, if you're going to pay me 25 grand for our one-on-one coaching, I'm going to make sure you've got tapes, make sure you've got access to hedge funds, make sure you're at the front of the list because you're paying for access. And no, I don't create my own competition. There's plenty to go around. And that scarcity mindset where a lot of people are like, oh, there's not enough to go around. Yeah, there's not enough to go around because most people are not. They are not sharing the resources, or they're only targeting a few sources out there, but they're not continuing to go out and create new content or go out directly to banks, asset managers, lenders. There's a tremendous amount of lead sources out there to help you find deals. I mean, that's what we focused the first day of our 3-day workshop. Actually, we got a class upcoming July 25th to the 27th. The first full day is about the find. How do you find deals? Now, in real estate, most of your traditional real estate investors, how do you find deals? You drive for dollars. You look at the code enforcement list. You look at the foreclosure list, the vacant list, the out-of-state owner, whatever it might be. Those are great lists, too, but you still have to market to those people, right? Guess what? Not investing. You're not sending out direct mail campaigns unless you're chasing owner finance leads, and that's a waste of time. And I'm always amazed at people like, oh, yeah, well, that's all we know. Why do you know that? Because you don't know how to market yourself out of a wet paper bag. All right. You have to embrace things. You have to understand it's a different niche, so you have to market differently. Yes, you can go to any county records and look at the assignment of mortgage to find people who have originated notes or sold notes or bought notes and contact them directly. That's pretty easy. You can use LinkedIn to jump on there to find the right departments, the 4 or 5 or 6 job titles. Six, there's actually 6 job titles you would look at. We'll share that. We only share those on our workshop, but I've mentioned them here before. The right people at the bank. And then it's all about, guess what? Follow up. Follow up. The tattoo I'm going to have on my ass is going to be 80% of sales are made after the 5th contact. Okay. You got to follow up with people. And I get it. We are inherently lazy. Let's just admit it. We're all lazy asses. Okay. Now, ChatGPT is making it even easier for us to be lazy asses. Right. How do I find note tapes? They'll give you a list, but guess what? You still got to take the actions to either pick up the phone, shoot an email, or jump on LinkedIn to find them. All right. And I'm always amazed. Somebody's like, oh, $97 a month. That's a lot to have access to tapes. Really? $97 a month, about $1,200 a year. They have tapes sent to you that you can cherry pick. Then you are lazy. Okay. There's a whole lot more of their monthly membership, but it just aggravates me when I talk to people. Oh, I'm looking for notes. I can't find notes. I can't find notes. And they're like, I don't want to spend any money. It's a whole lot cheaper than spending thousands of dollars on direct mail campaigns, postcards, and stamps. I mean, we had Corey Raymer out of Green Bay on with the Wisconsin Investor Podcast. The guy's dropping $15,000 to $20,000 a month in direct campaigns, just really pretty much in Green Bay. And you wonder why you can't find deals, and you wonder why you can't get deals closed, and you wonder why you're not making any money in real estate, because you have to invest. And investing in time and investing in your marketing to find the deals is the number one thing you got to do. Yes, you could be the most creative when it comes to VLOOKUP and tables and all this other stuff and talk to people, most knowledgeable person about owner financing and taking the landlords and wrapping around. But if you ain't marketing and you ain't understanding how the market is these days, guess what? You ain't finding deals and you sure as hell ain't making money. So if you're wanting to do this, be serious. It isn't hard to find note tapes if you will market. And I'm going to say that probably 5 times more in the spreadsheet. Now, yes, I'm fired up, as you can tell. But I just literally, it makes me just want to bang my head against the wall, this fake brick wall behind me here. When I hear people, well, I can't find deals. Well, you can't find deals because you're marketing, or the people you're learning from aren't marketing themselves. So how do you expect them to market you to find deals? And that's one of the biggest things we have to look at when you're evaluating any type of education program, any type of trainer, coach, whatever it might be. Yes, I'm a coach. We close notes. We don't talk notes. We close notes, right? Is looking at the tapes. What are they looking at on a monthly basis or a weekly basis? How many tapes are they coming in? I got one guy's membership. Why you haven't posted a tape this week? I was like, because I haven't had anything coming this week. It was viable because it's the 4th of July week. Okay. People take off. There are dead spots during the year. In the middle of summer, it's kind of like that around the 4th of July, but that's okay. There's plenty of things. And I'm like, well, have you reached out to these other people that you got tapes from? No. Well, then reach out to them. Don't be lazy. You have to work a little bit. All right. But that's one of the most important things as a note investor, ladies and gentlemen. Not relying on like a website like Stack or JK Puke. Okay. There's just crap. And I posted a list on in one of the Facebook groups like on Thursday last week. Or it was an image of it, and we broke it down Monday in one of the previous episodes. And there's some, well, I hope those aren't my 187. I'm like, well, if you had 187 new notes, would we waste my time with it? Look, I don't run a trading platform. I don't want to run a trading platform. There's a lot of work with that. I get enough tapes in that we can cherry pick, that our students can cherry pick from, that you aren't reliant on some crappy website that's only got 100 crappy notes on it or less, or stuff that's been sitting around for 6 months. If those are your only sources and you're frustrated, you're irritated, give me a phone call. Talk with ScottCarson.com. Guys, pick up the phone, call me. $97 a month gets you access not only to tapes, but to weekly coaching calls. It also gives you access to our workshops. We have upcoming workshop. Guess what? That's rolled in with it. Okay? And we'll show you how to find deals. We'll talk to you. We'll show you how to talk to asset managers. We'll talk to you what to say, what not to say, how to automate the marketing process to start getting tapes and deals sent to you. But guess what? You got to work it and follow up and do it over and over and over again. to have the type of success you want. That's how we've built a database that is thousands and thousands and thousands of names and contacts and LinkedIn addresses, because people come and go. But guess what? The notes don't go. There's still plenty of notes. When you look at, we've got what, 80 some odd million Americans out there with a mortgage on their house, and we're at about a 4% default rate, maybe up to a 5. Guys, or let's just say it's even down to 2, because people talk, oh, it's low. No, it's not really that low. There are things that are being hidden, but that's still 5 million, basically somewhere around 5 million mortgages that are in default for you to take a look at. And there's plenty of stuff out there too. Big assets, nice assets, pretty assets, starter assets, lower valued assets, all across this great country for you to bid on. Okay. Now, if you want to buy in New York, New Jersey, by all means, you got plenty up there. If you want to buy in California, we're seeing an increase. If you want to buy in Texas, guess what? We're starting to see a little bit of increase, but I would highly encourage you, focus on 3 to 5 states. Pick the biggest cities in those areas. Go to the county records, the county clerk office online, and start searching for assignments. That will give you a list of people or mortgages that are being moved, that are recorded there. And guess what? You've got a buyer of that note and a seller of that note. Those are 2 contacts. And guess what? Use a tool to go out and find it. Okay, if you want reverse mortgages, go type in Fannie Mae reverse mortgages and see how many trades that they've made, and look at the names on those and Google those companies. I got to slow down here, because I'm all fired up, because you know this, but ladies and gentlemen, this is not a hard business. Okay, but it's also, it requires you to follow up and follow up and follow up. If you expect to be spoon-fed deals, then go sign up for a $50,000 coaching that's still going to charge you $10, $20, $30,000 on top of every note that you're going to buy, and the notes are going to be crap anyway because they've already cherry-picked the list. I don't do that. We give you deals to take a look at. We co-bid, we look at deals, plenty of tapes. Just go to our YouTube channel and see the amount of tapes that we've broken down over the years, and how we will continue to be the only note investor out there that shows you how to break down tapes and walks you through that process. All right. There's plenty of opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. The proof is in the pudding of our students closing deals and people getting tapes into them from doing our marketing. We want you to find sex. We want you to close notes. All right. We want you to be a note closer. That's why we put this together. And that's what this episode is all about. I'm not mad at people. I'm mad at the shitty education they're getting, the lack of true content, the lack of true actionable steps that people can take to find deals. You don't need to be beholden to one person for deals, because otherwise that's a bottleneck. And when that person runs out of deals, you're going to run out of deals. So go learn how to fish. Don't get fed one day, but learn how to fish to feed your family for a lifetime, because there is plenty of deal flow. There's plenty of notes. There's plenty of cash flow, plenty of opportunities out there. If you will just pull yourself out of this slump, pull the head out of the large orifice, and start taking action to start marketing. It's not difficult. We're in the business. You have to market. It's 2025. We have AI and all these things to help make it easier for you. Systems, Octopus, all sorts of amazing things. Rocket Reach to find the right parties out there that handle these things. Go take some action, and we will see you at the top. Love you all. I believe in everyone on here. I don't care what your background is. Everybody's capable of buying notes, no matter how big or small you are, how old or young you are, whether you're rich or you're starting off with zero. There are opportunities out there if you'll just take the action, take the tools and tips that we share on a regular basis, and put it in your plan of action, and then take action. Take action to get to the top. Bye, everybody. We'll see you all later.
Hey, real estate investors, this is Scott Carson. I'm known across the country as a note guy. For the past 20 years, I've been buying distressed assets, primarily non-performing notes on residential and commercial properties. And if you've ever wanted to learn how to dive in to start buying non-performing notes from banks, hedge funds, or other investors like yourself, then there's no greater place than to get the nuts and bolts, the A to Z, the 1 through 99 place to get started. It is our virtual note buying workshop. We've been teaching this class since 2010 on how to find, fund, flip non-performing notes, how to get banks to call you with deals that you can cherry pick. And no, you don't need millions. No, you don't need a lot of experience to start looking at non-performing notes. We get the lists of notes from banks, hedge funds on a regular basis, not 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, but hundreds of deals that we can evaluate and cherry pick. Whether we're looking for performing notes or non-performing notes that we can get reperforming, or non-performing notes you can foreclose and take back, whatever your niche or whatever you would like to focus on, we can help make it happen at the virtual note buying workshop. It's a 3-day class. Our next one is April 18th to the 20th. It's actually online live via Zoom. You get signed up by going to notebuyingfordummies.com. That's notebuyingfordummies.com. Day one is all about how to find these assets. How do you find asset managers? How do you find lists of people to reach out to that you don't have to spend thousands of dollars on postcards or letters that you waste money on? We don't do that. Day two is all about raising capital and marketing and how to create a business that feeds itself, that you can do part-time, 10 hours a week, 5 hours a week, depending on what your focus is. We'll show you a game plan to achieve deal flow coming in on autopilot versus you having to send a ton of money. And also, we'll show you how to raise capital like nobody else does. And then day three is all about the flip. How do we structure deals? How do we evaluate a tape to find the deals from the duds? All right. We'll show you what vendors to use. We'll give you a 200+ page manual, contracts, sample forms, all the stuff that you need to be a lean, mean note buying machine when you get wrapped up. Now, yes, this is live April 18th through the 20th online via Zoom. Get signed up today. We'll send you the replays of the previous online workshop so you can start learning, start evaluating material, and get rock and rolling. And if for some reason you don't like our class, we have 100% money back guarantee involved with it. If at the end of the first day you don't like what we talk about, you don't think it's impactful, just let me know. We'll refund back your tuition, no questions asked. We don't want your money. We want you to become a note buyer. We want you to become a lien lord. All right. Like I said, if you're tired of dealing with toilets, tenants, and trash outs, you don't want to deal with renters, then becoming a note investor is the path for you. Everybody evolves into a note investor at some point, but there are plenty of opportunities out there. There are millions of non-performing notes that you can cherry pick. No, it's not all junk. It can be small value all the way up to $1 million homes or $1 million apartments for you. So much opportunity is taking place right now in the chaotic market that we see. And who's going to come out on top? Note investors will. So take the time, get signed up today, April 18th to 20th. Go to notebuyingfordummies.com or go to our website, weclosenotes.com, and sign up for the virtual workshop there. As always, get signed up today. We run discounts all the time. The cost of tuition is you plus your partner or spouse. So get signed up today at notebuyingfordummies.com, and we'll see you at the top.